Hey, I'm Robert Drysdale. This is Mike Orr. I'm going to be showing you guys what the half guard is, what to do and what not to do in this position, what kind of controls I'm looking for, and what kind of situations I'm trying to avoid. So, this right here is what we call a half guard. Opponent's underneath me. See, I have one leg trapped. Okay? That means only one of my legs is in his guard, the other one is free. So like I'm halfway between guard and side control. All right, this is a very common situation in grappling. And you gotta get used to this because you're gonna be in this position a lot. Notice that Mike immediately went to his side. That's what he wants. He wants to be on his side. When he's on his side, he can move. Whenever he's flat on his back, there's nothing he can do but bench press. You can only push me away, and you don't really want to do that in grappling. It's a lot of energy. It's just not worth the energy. So what I'm gonna be doing here is I gotta try to flatten my opponent out. The best way for me to do this is get in an underhook. Remember, the underhook is whenever I have my left arm underneath his armpit, grabbing his shoulder here. Now when I have this, I can flatten him out. And there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? Big mistake for me would be to grab his head. Because right now, all Mike's got to do is hip out, he's going to go to my back. And the back is like a position you don't want to give away. It's the last place you want to be, the last place you want your opponent to be is on your back. So I got to make sure I don't grab his head with this arm. I can control his head with this arm. This is fine. Notice it's the same arm, same side I'm on. So I'm on my right side, I'm going to use my right arm to control his head and the underhook. And this is a good half guard. You see this? Notice that I keep that same shoulder I use in side control, where it's going to pressure on his chin. It's the same thing. It's very similar to side control, except that I got one leg trapped. Now, if I want to go for submissions and I want to be able to attack Mike, I have to be able to free this knee. So there's different ways I can free this knee. Actually, there are a number of ways I can control my opponent in half guard, but I just want you guys to understand that whatever I'm using to control half guard or stay on top of my opponent, I'm always looking for pass and a submission. Okay, it's not that you want to sit here forever. You want to try to pass. You want to evolve. You want to make progress in your match. So you want to make sure from here you're always looking for submissions and for passes. So first thing I'm going to be looking for is the underhook, followed by the head. Whenever I'm here, I can stay on my knees. Normally, I'm going to butt flop. Okay, butt flopping makes it harder for him to put me back in guard. My opponent is always going to be trying to put me back in guard. I don't want that. I want to stay half guard and move forward. I want to go for submission or for the pass, or for mount maybe, or maybe his back. I don't want to go back to this guard. So once I'm in here, so he doesn't get that knee back in. If I stay on my knees, he might try to get that knee and put me in guard. You see that? Go back. I want to take that away from him, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to butt flop. And I keep my shoulder really heavy on his face. Now when I butt flop and put my butt on the ground, you can't get that knee in. Okay, see that? Try to keep that knee in, and then get frustrated. Another thing that happens is whenever I butt flop, this knee pops up. You see this? And I want my knee free so I can pass. So this is a very common half guard. I have my underhook, I have head control. Okay, there's not much you can do. He can't do much with this arm. He might try to push me away, put that forearm in front of my neck. I don't want this. So I don't even give him that. I just kind of hide my face, put my face on his shoulder, so if he tries to put that forearm on my neck, he can't. You see? I don't want to keep my head up. If it puts pressure on my throat, that's going to create space, and space allows him to move. So I'm not going to give him that. I'm going to stay as tight as possible. I take every little space away from him. This is my position right here. Whenever I'm in this situation, I'm always trying to move my foot up. Okay, so I can free my knee. Whenever my knee is free, see how I walk my foot up too close to his butt? That frees my knee. When my knee is free, I have more options. There's more I can do. All right, and we're not going to work on passes or submissions from here. I'm just giving you guys the basic ideas. I want his head under control. I want that underhook. I want him flat on his back. He will try to hip out the whole time. I don't want that. I don't want him hipping out. If he goes to his side, he might be able to get this knee back in. He might be able to get an underhook on me. Like, I don't want this right here. If I'm here, and he creates space and gets this underhook. See, I'm in a horrible position now because I can't face him. All he's going to do is going to pop to his knees or to my back, and by the time I face him, I'm underneath him. He's just sweating me. That's a sweep. So I got to make sure I stick to that underhook while I'm in half guard. This is my position. And I can move around. There are a number of things I can do, but these basic controls, they can't really change. I need his head under control. I need that underhook, and I want my opponent flat on his back. I don't want him to go to his side. I don't want him moving away from me. So the pressure is probably the most important thing to keep in mind when you're on top of someone.